Welcome to the Wanderer 360 channel. Today we're on Dartmoor, just leaving Princetown. We have Dartmoor Prison in the background there, and today we're going to explore a story based on that. We're going to go and find Conchie Road, built by Conscientious Objectors in the First World War, and see if we can find a crock of gold. Let's see what we can find. So, in the First World War, national conscription was a thing, so people, young men of fighting age, got called up and had to go and fight. There were some people that didn't want to do this. They were called Conscientious Objectors, and a system was devised so they had to do equal work of national importance. And in 1917, Dartmoor Prison was still a prison, but the country was running out of men to fight. So 75% of the people there were released to go and fight. The other 25% of people, who were either too dangerous or too unfit, were moved to other prisons. So we are now on Conchie Road, the road built by the Conscientious Objectors. It's a lovely summer's day. It's beautiful on Dartmoor. But anyone that's been around Dartmoor for a while knows it's not always like this. Midwinter, hey, even in midsummer, this can be a bleak, horrible place sometimes. Now, the men working on this road had to work 10 hours a day, Monday to Friday, and 6.5 hours a day on Saturday. And this work was supposed to be of national importance. This road doesn't even get halfway to Hexworthy before it stops. There was also some drainage ditches and some walls dug upon Great Tor. Now, it seems the only people that really benefited from this was the Duchy of Cornwall, because all the work seems to have been done on their land, and it seems to be for their benefit. So, people worked 56.5 hours a week building this road. It's going to be very bleak in midwinter, bleak anywhere, and 14 people actually lost their lives in the work camp here. Not as many as people that lost their lives in the trenches, of course, but still people lost their lives to build this. There is a plaque commemorating it somewhere. Unfortunately, I've managed to fail to find it so far, so I think it's behind me somewhere. If a picture appears, it's because I found it. I've also got some pictures of some of the people that built this road, so they're coming up now. So we're still walking along Conchie Road. So the First World War, obviously 1914 to 1918. However, people were still building this road in 1920. They were kept until 1920. If you want to know more about this road and the Dartmoor Conscientious Objector, there's a rather good book by Simon Dell available on Amazon. I'll put a link in the description. That explains more and will explain it far better than I ever could. So, next step, we're going to try and find a crock of gold. That's allegedly along this path somewhere. See what we can find. So on the Ordnance Survey map, there's a cairn and a cist that are actually named the crock of gold. On the Ordnance Survey map, it's around about here on the north side of the track. But it's not actually on the north side of the track at all, which is why many people can't find it. It is on the south side of the track, just about 50 metres past the road. So we're now crossing Conchie Road onto the south side of the track. So this is what we're looking for. We're looking for the crock of gold. Let's talk about the story. So this is the crock of gold. an old cyst that used to be a burial chamber, so people would be either buried in here or objects related to them. There is a tale about this one that there was a net maker who'd fallen on hard times. He had hurt his hand, so he couldn't work. So he heard that there was gold buried in this cyst. So one night he snuck out because he was so desperate. He lifted off the capstone, which is that big stone over there, reached in to find whatever was in there, and the capstone moved, trapping his hand, and he was then trapped for 2 days and 2 nights here. There was no gold in here, there was just broken pottery. Everyone around him knew that robbing tombs gave you lots of bad luck, and it kind of just proved it. So 2 days and 2 nights trapped here. Whether it's true or not, it's a good story, but if you did get stuck under that stone, you were not moving anywhere. Another good Dartmoor story, and the crock of gold. So if you try to find it, it's on the south side of the path, not the north side where it is marked. Get to the rough place, turn south, you will find it. Now we're going to go and try and bag some tors. Let's go and see what we can do. So this is Royal Tor, as I said, not marked on the map, not the most impressive map, Tor, but a Tor nevertheless that we'll go and tick off. The sheep seem to have cunningly hidden the path to get here. Maybe there's an easier way, maybe there's not, but there we have Royal Tor, and quite a good view really from here. We're going to try and find Blakey Tor now, which is back the way we came. So there'll be 2 tors with luck. As ever, the GPS map is going to be in the comments below, so feel free to download. Thank you. So we're coming down off Royal Hill back onto Conchie Road. My loader dog is currently navigating, which is a bit of a worry, but if we pan around we can see the end of Conchie Road, approximately where that tree is, a small tree. That's how far they got building the road in nearly 2 and a bit years. Not particularly far. It's still a bridleway going on to Hexworthy. And it's never really a road really, it's more a track. But anyway, that's the end of it, just ahead of us where that tree is. I'm going to try and find Blakey Tor now. So we're approaching Blakey Tor, and we've got another cyst in front of us. Loader Dog has investigated this and can confirm that there is no crock of gold there. But you can see the 4 stones creating the pit with the capstone with a small saluki on it. And if I'm correct with my navigation, we should now have Blakey Tor over here. Not the easiest to get to, because there's no path that I can find. I can never find paths. But we should be ticking off the second tour of the day. And I think spotted lunch. I'm going to have something to eat. Although has been eating horse poo, cow poo and sheep poo, so she's all good. But here we have Blakey Tor. Not one of the most visited ones, not one of the most impressive ones, but a tour and somewhere to stop for lunch before I head back towards Princetown and back to the daily grind. Not quite sure how I'm going to go back to Princetown. I might go back up the hill, or I might risk going down into the valley because there's a footpath on the other side of the wall. See if I can get onto the wall, over the wall onto the footpath. It'll be by the river. So we'll see. So Blakey Tor. Here it is, another tour ticked off. Actually a little bit more impressive once you actually get onto it. We'll find somewhere to sit for lunch and work out how we're going to get down really. So we dropped off the hill from Blakey Tor, found a gate to come through from the walls, and are now walking along either the West Dart River or one of its tributaries, not 100% sure which, but hopefully we'll find somewhere where Lola Dog can have a bit of a splash around in, and we're just going to carry on walking up the river back towards Princetown. It's a photogenic shot of the river, destroyed by a small ship. Thank you. Lola, this way. Lola, up. I'm trying to be photogenic. Lola, this way. So we've left the river, we're walking up towards Bachelor's Hall and past Bachelor Hall's tin mine. Over there we can see some blocks underneath the tree, which I believed was an old stamping hut where the rocks containing the tin were broken up. Over here we have a dam. There's possibly a water wheel that would power that as well. 1870s I believe this was all around. But not very successful because the tin obviously wasn't very good quality. Anyway, thank you for watching. Please consider liking and subscribing. This is the Wanderer 360 channel. Thank you.